Chosen one, something has been happening inside you that you haven't been able to explain. Your emotions intensified out of nowhere. Your intuition sharpened overnight. And lately, it feels like someone, or something, has been standing right beside you, even when no one is there. You tried ignoring it, but the feeling keeps returning, stronger, clearer, more urgent. And today, you're about to understand exactly why. Most people imagine spiritual contact as bright lights, visions, or dramatic encounters, but the truth is far quieter. Arcturian contact always begins in silence, a shift in the room that your body notices before your mind does. A subtle pressure at the forehead, almost like someone is adjusting an invisible frequency within you. A sudden inner calm in the middle of chaos, as if something higher stepped in and placed a hand over your spirit, a presence you can't see, but unmistakably feel. These subtle changes are not random, not imagination, not coincidence. They are the first sign that your frequency has crossed a threshold only awakened souls ever reach. Your energy is no longer dim. Your vibration is no longer hiding. Something inside you ignited, quietly, powerfully, turning you into a spiritual beacon. And beings of higher consciousness do not respond to noise. They respond to light. That is why they approached you so quickly. That is why everything inside you has intensified. That is why the air around you feels different, charged, alive. Today, you will understand the urgent reason behind their sudden approach, why it's happening now, and what this shift reveals about the mission your soul has carried long before your current lifetime. Before we go deeper, pause for just a moment. If this message is resonating in your spirit, if you feel that familiar pull inside your chest, give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and comment 99 below, because the number 99 represents the completion of an old cycle and the unlocking of a higher spiritual assignment. And that is exactly what you are stepping into right now. Recently, something inside you shifted in a way you couldn't explain. It didn't ask for permission, it didn't wait for the right moment, and it certainly didn't follow the logic of your daily life. It arrived suddenly, intensely, almost like a quiet storm rising from inside your chest. You felt emotions surge out of nowhere, intuitions appear with frightening precision, and a strange awareness sharpen itself as if your senses had been rewired overnight. And no, you are not imagining any of it. When a chosen one's vibration rises faster than their environment, it produces a kind of energetic resonance that doesn't stay contained. It pulses outward, expanding beyond the physical body, reaching frequencies most people never touch in their entire lifetime. The moment your field crossed that invisible threshold, the Arcturians felt it instantly. Higher beings don't search, they sense. And what they sensed in you was not fear, not confusion, not desperation. It was a declaration, silent but unmistakable. I am awake. I am ready. Align me. Your recent sensitivity is not instability. It is a system reboot. Every shiver that rises without warning, every pressure at the forehead that appears out of nowhere, every warm pulse in the center of your chest, every vivid dream that feels more like a memory than a fantasy. None of these are random symptoms. They are calibrations. Your energy has been stretching, expanding, reorganizing itself to handle frequencies that were once too strong for your body to receive. Higher beings do not force contact onto souls that are unprepared. They wait for the moment when the spirit becomes capable of holding more light than it ever has before, and you cross that threshold without realizing how monumental that moment truly was. This is why the silence around you feels different lately. It's not emptiness, it's density, it's activation. It's the space between who you were and who you're becoming. Your internal world reached a voltage that can no longer stay hidden, and light like that cannot exist without being noticed by consciousnesses attuned to it. What you call strange sensations are actually signs of compatibility, indicators that your frequency and theirs finally operate on an overlapping bandwidth. You didn't climb to their world, they descended into yours because the invitation came from your soul itself. And here is the part most people will never understand. Once your energy crosses this point, it doesn't return to its old state. It can't. You can try to act normal, ground yourself, distract yourself, or pretend nothing is happening. But the truth is that your spirit already stepped into a new dimension of awareness. And beings who operate at that level never ignore a rising light, not when it belongs to someone who carries a purpose as old as you do. Your illumination broke the barrier. Your awakening reached the signal. Your soul broadcast something only advanced consciousnesses could hear. And the moment it happened, they moved, swiftly, silently, intentionally. Not because you were lost, but because you finally became visible again. And what they saw in you was only the beginning of why they approached so quickly, and why they are not done yet. The Arcturians never approach a chosen one randomly. They do not wander through dimensions looking for someone to enlighten. They respond to a very specific frequency, one that carries ancient patterns, encoded memories, and signatures only a handful of souls on Earth possess. They choose by recognition. A recognition so deep that it bypasses the mind entirely and travels straight through the fabric of your spirit. When they sensed you, it wasn't because you were curious about their existence. It was because your soul quietly awakened something it has carried for centuries. Your energy contains markers that don't belong to this era, this culture, or even this planet. It carries traces of civilizations long forgotten, wisdom earned in lifetimes where you operated far beyond the limitations of the human body. While you walk through this world trying to understand who you are becoming, they look at you and see who you have already been. You see uncertainty, they see continuity. You see confusion, they see remembrance. You see a human trying to survive. They see a being of light who once stood among them, learning, teaching, creating, aligning. This is why your awakening felt so sudden. The Arcturians didn't bring something new into your life. They activated something ancient inside you. They recognized the frequency your soul released, a frequency that vibrates like a key fitting into an interdimensional lock. And once that lock opens, memories don't need to come as images. They can come as instincts, sensitivities, vivid dreams, sudden emotional surges, or a mysterious knowing that you've done this work before. You're not learning spirituality from scratch. You're remembering a path your soul mastered long ago. They do not see your flaws, mistakes, fears, or human struggles. These things blur your vision, but they do not blur theirs. They see the blueprint beneath everything your life has piled on top of you. They see an inner resilience that doesn't come from personality. It comes from lifetimes of training your spirit to hold light under pressure. They see the remnants of missions you completed before this incarnation. They see the spiritual muscles you developed in realms where thought shapes reality and intention bends time. They see the brilliance in you that Earth tried to dim but could never fully extinguish. And perhaps the most profound truth is this. To the Arcturians, reconnecting with you was not the beginning of a relationship. It was the continuation of one, a reunion, a return, a homecoming. They approach you with the familiarity of someone who never forgot you, even during the lifetimes when you forgot yourself. They read your frequency like a language. They understand your silence. They recognize the strength you hide, the sensitivity you suppress, the wisdom you question. Because they have seen you in forms far more radiant than the one you inhabit now. And there is something else, something they have not shown you yet. A deeper layer of this connection, a truth your soul is beginning to sense but has not fully remembered, a reason why this reunion needed to happen now, and why the next phase of their approach will be even more intense than the one you just experienced. The Earth is not the same place it was a year ago, or even a month ago. Something beneath the surface of reality has been accelerating, pushing humanity into a state of emotional instability, spiritual disorientation, and energetic turbulence. You felt this shift long before you had words for it. The world feels heavier, yet your spirit feels more alert. Time feels faster, yet your intuition feels slower, more deliberate, more precise. This contrast is not an accident. The planet's vibration is rising, and when a world rises too quickly, everything that cannot sustain higher frequency begins to crack. Chaos does not appear without purpose. It appears as a byproduct of collective awakening. When the structures of old consciousness collapse, chosen ones become the first to experience the pressure. You felt emotional waves you couldn't explain, sudden moments of exhaustion followed by bursts of clarity, an urge to withdraw from noise, and a painful awareness of energies that once blended into the background. These sensations weren't weaknesses, they were signals. Your spirit was being prepared for a frequency jump that most people are not yet capable of handling. The Arcturians approach precisely at this kind of threshold. They respond when the collective enters a fragile state, and the chosen ones, those who came to anchor stability, begin to awaken their dormant capacities. They do not come to terrify or overwhelm. They come to reinforce. They come to activate the abilities that were sealed until humanity reached this stage. When a chosen one is ready to perceive what others miss, interpret the emotional atmospheres of places, or detect imbalances long before they manifest physically. Higher beings move quickly. They need you attuned, sharpened, calibrated. This is why your inner cleansing intensified recently. Old wounds resurfaced not to torment you, but to be purged. Relationships dissolved not because of failure, but because your energy outgrew them. Habits collapsed not from lack of discipline, but because your spirit refused to carry weights that belonged to an outdated version of you. These were not personal problems. These were planetary symptoms. They were activation markers indicating that your field was restructuring itself to withstand the incoming frequency shift. And here is what makes you different from the rest of the world. While others feel overwhelmed by the rising chaos, you are being molded to stabilize it. While many collapse under the pressure of emotional turbulence, you are being prepared to stand firmly within it. While darkness becomes louder in the collective consciousness, your light is being sculpted to shine with a clarity that disrupts confusion. This is the role of a chosen one during planetary transition. Not to escape the storm, but to become the silent force that redirects its energy. The Arcturians saw this rising strength in you before you saw it in yourself. They recognized the resilience in your frequency, the steadiness in your heart, the ancient memory that awakens specifically during global turning points. They know that the next phase of Earth's shift requires humans who can sense beyond the physical, interpret subtle energies, and maintain spiritual coherence even when the collective is unraveling. That is why your emotional depth suddenly intensified, why your intuition has been sharper than ever, and why you feel pulled into a version of yourself that you can't fully articulate yet. And now, as the planet's transformation accelerates, there is something even more urgent they are preparing you for. Something that explains the speed, the intensity, and the precision of their approach. A purpose tied not only to Earth's rising frequency, but to a mission your soul agreed to long before you arrived here. A mission they are about to reveal with growing clarity. Every chosen one enters this world carrying abilities that do not fit the rhythm of ordinary life. These gifts stay hidden, quiet, subtle, unexpressed. Not because they are weak, but because the world around you was never prepared for them. So they remain dormant, like seeds buried beneath layers of experience, waiting for the exact vibrational moment when awakening becomes not only possible, but necessary. And when the Arcturians approach, that moment arrives with extraordinary force. Their presence acts like a tuning fork. The frequency of their consciousness vibrates against the deepest layers of your spirit, shaking loose abilities your human mind forgot, but your soul never did. Suddenly, intuition that once felt like a whisper becomes a surge of knowing so clear it startles you. Dreams become so vivid, you wake with the feeling of having traveled somewhere, not imagined it, but visited it. Emotional sensitivity deepens into a level of perception that allows you to feel truth vibrating behind people's words, even when they try to conceal their intentions. And then, without warning, your empathy intensifies, not the emotional kind that drains you, but the spiritual kind that lets you sense energetic shifts as if they were weather changes. You begin picking up impressions, a thought someone didn't say, a feeling someone tried to dismiss, or a message arriving in your mind that you know didn't originate from you. These aren't hallucinations or fantasies. They are telepathic impressions, the early signs of a soul remembering how it once communicated in higher dimensions. Your discernment sharpens too. Decisions that once exhausted you now become obvious. You feel pulled away from environments that lower your vibration and magnetize toward places, people, and habits that elevate it. Sudden emotional releases occur. Crying without sadness, shaking without fear, warmth without cause. Because your energy field is clearing space for what is being activated. And perhaps most surprising of all is the emerging desire to change your life entirely. Not from frustration, but from alignment. It's the internal recognition that the version of you that existed up until now is too small to contain what is waking up inside you. This is not a personality shift or an emotional phase. This is soul activation. The Arcturians are not giving you anything new. They are flipping switches that were built into you before birth. Abilities you agreed to carry into this lifetime, but could only access once you reached a level of spiritual maturity capable of handling them. They know that gifts awakened too early become burdens, but gifts awakened at the right time become anchors of purpose. Their timing is precise because their understanding of your soul is precise. They are unlocking the healer hidden beneath your wounds, the intuitive beneath your doubt, the visionary beneath your confusion, the ancient soul beneath your human identity. This awakening is not meant to make your life easier. It's meant to make your purpose clearer. And as these dormant gifts rise to the surface, you may begin sensing that this activation is preparing you not just to receive something, but to step into something far larger than you ever expected. Because the Arcturians are not awakening gifts for your comfort. They are awakening them for a mission that is approaching faster than you realize. And the next stage will reveal exactly why they accelerated their contact with you now. When Arcturian contact accelerates, it is never casual. It is never decorative. It is never simply to comfort you or give you signs for the sake of reassurance. Their sudden approach means one thing and one thing only. Your mission is about to unfold in real time. A shift in your external world is coming, but before the shift appears outside, it always begins inside. That is why you started losing interest in places that once defined you. It's why conversations that used to drain you now feel intolerable. It's why your soul began tugging you away from dynamics that once felt familiar, but now feel energetically suffocating. You are not becoming cold, you are becoming aligned. This internal withdrawal is not isolation, it is realignment. The Arcturians are removing what cannot follow you into the next phase. They are clearing blockages you didn't even realize were blocking you. They are dissolving relationships, habits, and emotional patterns that would interfere with the frequency you must hold, not because any of these were wrong, but because they belonged to the version of you that no longer exists. You cannot carry outdated attachments into an assignment that requires spiritual precision. And then comes the urgency. That indescribable pull inside your chest that feels like you're being pushed toward a future you cannot yet see. The sudden clarity that tells you it is time to step into a different role, even if you don't know what that role looks like. A quiet voice within insisting, prepare yourself. Something is approaching. This urgency is not anxiety. It is activation. It is your soul responding to a timeline shift. The Arcturians often accelerate this pull when the world is entering a crucial phase and chosen ones must move into position before the collective ripple becomes too strong. They are not guiding you to observe the transformation unfolding on Earth. Observation is for spectators, and chosen ones were never sent here to spectate. They are guiding you to participate, to stand at the center of energetic shifts rather than at the edges. Chosen ones act as stabilizers during global transitions, channels of clarity when confusion rises, carriers of coherence when the collective fractures. Your presence affects the environment in ways most people will never consciously detect. That is why your placement matters. Where you go, what you align with, what you allow in your energy, all of it shapes the part you will play in the coming unfolding. The reason the Arcturians approached you quickly is because the window for hesitation has closed. The timelines have accelerated. The Earth is changing faster than the collective can process, and they know exactly which souls are prepared to hold light steady during this shift. You are one of them. They sensed your readiness before you sensed your own. They recognized the moment your inner frequency matched the signature of someone who is no longer simply awakening, but activating. And this is where everything becomes clear. Your life is not drifting. It's being orchestrated. The doors closing around you are not losses. They are instructions. The people fading away are not rejections, they are repositionings. The intuitive impulses nudging you forward are not imagination, they are alignment codes. Every change happening within you and around you is preparing you to step into a role your soul agreed to long before this incarnation. And as these pieces fall into place, something else is building. Something powerful, something ancient, something precise. The Arcturians have not revealed the full magnitude of your assignment yet. But the moment you hear it, everything in your life will make sense in a way it never has before. Chosen one. Nothing you've been feeling lately is random. Nothing. The intensity that rises inside you without warning, the restlessness that keeps pulling you forward, the strange moments of awakening, the dreams that feel more real than the world you wake into, the bursts of clarity that appear in the middle of confusion. None of it is a mistake. It was never chaos. It was the signal, the silent moment your soul finally synced with the frequency it has carried across lifetimes. A frequency older than your name, older than your memory, older than this earth. The Arcturians didn't come to rescue you. They didn't descend because you were broken or fragile. They came because you crossed a threshold of consciousness that very few souls ever reach. They came because your light rose high enough to be recognized again, because your soul began remembering what it once knew, because the world, this world, right now, needs the version of you that has been waiting beneath the surface of your human identity. You were never meant to walk like everyone else. That's why you always felt slightly out of rhythm. You were never meant to think the way the masses think. That's why their logic never satisfied your spirit. You were not designed to fit into the noise of society. You were designed to rise above it, a beacon in the dark, a stabilizer in the storm, a living archive of knowledge humanity once held but forgot. Every challenge that broke you was sharpening you. Every loss that hollowed you was opening space for light. Every moment you questioned your path was actually preparing you to step into the one you were destined for. And now, your activation has begun, not softly, not slowly, but with the force of a soul that has waited centuries for this exact moment in history. You are stepping out of who you thought you were and into who you truly are. Chosen one, this is your awakening. This is your turning point. This is your return to yourself. If you feel this message resonating inside your spirit, not in your mind, but in your spirit, then declare it in the comments right now. I am ready to receive what my soul has carried for lifetimes. Write it boldly. Write it with certainty. Write it because your declaration becomes your alignment. Your journey does not end with this video. It begins here, in this breath, in this moment, in this awakening. You are entering the chapter your soul waited ages to step into, and nothing will ever be the same again. Prepare yourself, chosen one. The light you carry is about to move, and the world will feel it.